It happens at every birthday party. In between the shrieks and giggles of delight that accompany a toddler gathering, another parent slides up to me and smiles. "Which one is yours?" they ask while we scan the crowd of kids hurling themselves at each other inside the bouncy castle. "That one," I say, pointing at Lucy, who is laughing maniacally as she bounces on her butt and throws her feet in the air. "Oh, she's adorable." Then they pause. They always pause. "Is she your only one?" "Yes," I reply, knowing the inevitable next question. "Are you having any more?" they ask, as a glimmer of judgment, confusion, and sleep deprivation flash across their face. "Nope, one and done," I say almost gleefully. My daughter is an only child, and I'm not apologetic about that. And having spent plenty of time around new babies, I thought I would get the pangs moms of older kids are supposed to get at some point. After all, that new baby smell is intoxicating. But the desire to have another baby has never been there for me. And most couples with kids Lucy's age or even younger waste no time getting that sibling into the fold. And there's a word for those couples: crazy. Parents of 2 or more little kids look even more exhausted than I did when I was still going through Lucy's never-ending Sleep is for Suckers campaign, and there's no way I want to go through that again. Maybe it's because even now, I still feel the PTSD-like effects of postpartum depression. Maybe it's because the baby weight is still lingering 5 years later. And maybe it's the rational thought process is brought on by my steady diet of antidepressants. Or maybe it's because I just want one child. And I hear all the arguments to have another one, and I have a counter to each of them. Only children are spoiled. I'm sure that Lucy and her imaginary brother or sister would be even more spoiled, given how easily my parents transitioned into the kind of grandparents who never say no. She'll have to shoulder the burden alone when you need taken care of. Right. I have a sister, and the only thing we seem to agree on regarding caring for my parents is that the nursing home better have cable. A sibling will teach her to share and play nice. You know what? So does preschool, and I don't have to change any of her classmates' diapers. Who will she play with on Saturday mornings? You mean who else will stare at her while she zones out on cartoons? That's what our dog is for. What if something happens to her? Actual reason given to me by my own mother about why she had me after she had my sister. When you have more than one kid, do you automatically split your worrying about them into half instead of doubling it? Mom, your logic makes no sense. And also, nobody wants to hear that they are the backup kid. She's such a great kid. Wouldn't you love to have another great kid? 2 words, Daniel Baldwin. They can't all be Alec or Billy or the other one. And then there's Prince Harry. The heir and a spare theory has really done a number on him. Listen, I know I sound pretty defensive about this, but I get really annoyed by the series of whens you get asked repeatedly when you reach a certain point in life. You start dating someone and it's, when is he going to pop the question? You get engaged. When's the wedding? You get married. When are you going to have a baby? You have a baby. When are you going to have another one? It never ends. And it's always bothered me that these are when questions and not if questions. It's not like I go up to senior citizens and ask, when are you going to die? They say you forget the bad times. I call bullshit. I still remember everything. That awful feeling when she was diagnosed with hip dysplasia at birth, every sleepless night for 2 years, every failed attempt at breastfeeding, every daily happy hour where she cried nonstop from 5 to 7 p.m., every splatter of poop that managed to land on anything with a white surface, every time I was made to feel inept by doctors, nurses, lactation consultants, other moms, daycare workers, who all led me to believe that I wasn't trying hard enough. And it was too much for me to take. So that's why the thought of it doing it all again makes me want to curl in the fetal position in the bathroom with a bottle of Tito's. Yes, the payoff to all of that ickiness has been the most amazing little girl I could ever dream of having. And she's so smart and funny and my most favorite person in the world to be around. We can take her anywhere, and it's completely manageable. She is just as content watching a football game with us as she is running through a sprinkler. She'll go to a winery or brewery without a single complaint, which is good because we like wineries and breweries a lot. In short, she's awesome. And I don't fear that all our focus on her will lead to be some kind of spoiled brat, because as long as we teach her to think and to love and to share, she'll continue to be amazing. And lest you think this is a single-minded mom-only decision, I asked my husband Todd what his thoughts are about another kid. His response, another one? Seriously? I think we're good with just one, honey. And of course, it helped that when I asked him, well, Lucy was screaming for her toothpaste while wearing underpants on her head and just one sock. And finally, there's the fact that I'm almost 39, so it's too late anyway. And don't give me that crap about how I'm not too old, because at this point, my ovaries could drop eggs like crazy. And then guess what? What's worse than having another child? That's right, twins.